So, you're a music producer, maybe you've sent your track to the Spin Records and you didn't get any response from them. Don't worry, we've all been there. My name is Chris Ross and today I'm gonna show you 10 common mistakes that beginning music producers make, including me. So the first reason, maybe your song is just a bit boring for a listener, maybe it's repetitive. For example, the second drop is exactly the same as the first drop. If I were you, I would probably try to make the song more like a build-up, so you're not given everything at the start of the song and then it's just repeating for the whole first verse. Maybe you should start, for example, like with only piano, then you should maybe add plugs and bass, then drums. Step by step, you should maybe build up your song. So, for example, the first verse won't be repetitive. Then you have a drop. Your drop is a bit boring, maybe there is not too much element, maybe there is like one, maybe two leads and the bass line which plays the same melody and maybe some drums which goes just like kick, clap, kick, clap, kick, clap. Maybe your drop has a bit too much elements. For example, you have maybe like 10 layers of the silent one and maybe there's just too much going on this drop. Like maybe drums are a bit too complicated that the listener can't focus on this because there is like so much things going on. I would take a look at this, maybe that's why. By the way, when we're still with a drop, the whole song is like more like chill vibe, more like summer vibe, and then there comes like a heavy big room drop or whatever, and really like ruins a whole song because the drop is completely out of space and it sounds like mashup by like beginning DJ. So you should take a look at if your drop isn't too different from the rest of the song. Take a look at vocals in your song. Maybe it lacks like harmonizes. If you will take a look at my song with Cameron Pie, Our Time, there are a lot of harmonizes with the song. You can hear it now. And you will compare it with my old stuff, for example, like maybe Divided. I made it back in 2019, which was like one of the first songs I ever made. There was like no harmonies in the vocals, so you will listen to it now. So you see, for example, you are working with vocalists together on the song, ask them for a few versions of the same vocals, so you will have more things to work with. You will be able to make like harmonies of these vocals, like lower, higher, and main lead of the vocals. And now when we're with vocals, maybe you should check out if there is not too much reverb on it. Maybe this makes this vocals sound a bit weird. I wouldn't go higher than like 50% of wet, because if your reverb is more than 50% wet, then it probably will sound like a bit too messy, if you know what I mean. Like you should really be careful with the reverb, so you will not ruin your song just with one effect. And when we're with effects, take a look at your mix, because one common mistake is that people don't care about mixing because they think that it sounds fine, but in reality it doesn't, and a lot of my songs actually require more and more mix. You have to spend a lot of time listening all the time the same song, and that's just maybe a bit boring process, but it really helps your song. So you should take a look at your mix channel. If there is maybe you have like completely empty like mixing channel, and this is not good. Like I would really recommend to try to move the knobs and see what happens. Maybe you will find something cool with it and you will just improve your song. If I were you, I would take a look at your DA debut and I would look at your workflow, like how does your folders are sorted, if it's easy for you to find your kick or your clap or whatever, because improving your workflow will make the process of making songs faster and you won't lose idea from your mind. You will have the whole time this idea of the track in your head, because it will be just a lot faster and it just will help you a lot. By the way, the whole video about improving your workflow in FL Studio will be on this channel this weekend, so if you are watching it later, then you will find this video in card, but if you are watching it before this weekend, then subscribe, and so you will get notification when this video will show up. And the last mistake that a lot of producers make is not finishing your tracks. Yes, like you're starting like 500 different projects, but you have finished like 5 songs from them. you abandon your project and maybe you will find an idea for this song, like for example the next few weeks, and then you will finish the song and you will be able to release it and you will see what people think about it. What to improve. People will tell you if your music is good or not, so release more music, finish more music, work on your music and subscribe to this channel. I think that's all what I wanted to show you in this video. I hope you enjoyed and see ya next time. By the way, if you want to connect with me, you can check out my Instagram. You can ask me for collab, we can make some remix together or whatever, so you can just find me there. If you want anything from me, just DM me. I'm replying to the most of DMs actually, so that's all, and follow.